Welcome once again to our continuing YouTube video series on strategies for success as an online tutor from the Indian subcontinent and Asia to North America, namely the United States and Canada. My name is Christopher Neufeld, and in this particular video, we will be discussing the importance of communicating with the parents of your students, who are the ones who are paying for these services, and reinforcing the successes that their students are achieving and actually having actual demonstrable proof of the performance and the engagement that their children are having with your tutoring. Now, the beauty associated with online engagement is that there's so many elements of video retention, audio retention that you should be collecting, and you should be summarizing and compartmentalizing and taking highlights and providing those highlights every so often to the parents of the students that you're teaching so that they can see where their children, your students, are succeeding, where they're making positive strides, but also where they're running into certain challenges and where they need to focus their attention on. It is important that you're doing this type of communication so that the parents are simply not a source of revenue, but also a source of active engagement to help you in your job performance. Because when you communicate the positive successes that you are seeing and they are seeing through this video compilation that you provide them with, they are then able to go back to their own children and confirm how well they are doing. It's one thing for everybody to say that they're doing well. It's quite another thing to actually see it in action. And that's the beauty of creating brief video compilations that are showing how the student is succeeding. At the same time, where there's areas of challenge, this also should be brought to the attention of the parent. The fact of the matter is, when there are challenging aspects, number one, you need to work on them, but also you need to have the parents' buy-in and understanding that you are facing a challenge that was not necessarily of your own creation, but something that you are attempting to address. And as such, it might well slow down the overall anticipated progress, but the fact of the matter is, bringing the parents into the loop and letting them know that there is a challenge that you are tackling makes them understand where you are in the process. And you might not necessarily be going as fast. And as well, the parents might see where they can assist in the process. They can create positive reinforcement and encouragement to their child to continue to push those aspects. Because remember, oftentimes you're only putting in an hour or 2 or 3 a week with the students, but they need to be doing more. They need to be doing additional work. And you're not necessarily there. You're never there physically, but you're only online with them for a limited amount of time. But when you communicate this, especially when you're communicating this visually, even if it is to do a summation after the session as to where you see areas that the parent could help yourself in making some strides between lessons, you will find you got your greatest benefactor, your greatest assistant, making sure stuff happens. They are there with their child at times. They might be very busy with their work, but they nevertheless will have time where they can confirm and, if necessary, work with yourself in implementing actions that you want undertaken in between lessons. This is extremely beneficial, not only to the success of the student, but also to the parent having a very positive belief in your ability and the work that you're doing, and in turn for having them review you positively, recommend you positively, and getting the most out of your engagement with those parents, with their child who is your student, and growing yourself as an online tutor and a viable business for yourself. So take the opportunity to create compilations of the successes and the challenges that the student is making, together with whatever summation you might have, and providing that on a regular basis to the parents so they understand what you've achieved, where you're progressing, where there might be needs to be tackled, and how they can assist in making this process successful for everyone involved. Well, I hope this has proven to be another useful YouTube video for yourself. Please feel free to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and when there are matters of business and legal significance that you deem appropriate, contact us, as we do manage a legal practice that has great familiarity with matters of tutoring and international business. Thanks again.